So 2018 was a crazy year. There was a lot of stuff that happened, and actually until I was compiling this list I didn't realize just how much stuff had happened. But yeah, last year was very jam-packed. There were a lot of things that went on. January, you know, after my strikes thing that happened back in December, January was basically just original videos, vlogs, little things like the squeak squonk and stuff like that.
Yeah, bless you, bud.
Then February, I did my Troll Hunters Obsession video, which has gotten way more hits now than I ever thought it would. I think it's like almost up to 10k hits or something like that, which is pretty crazy. It was about the same time that I also, finished RWBY Volume 3. Yeah, that was a fun time. Still don't know if I'm gonna go back to that, but I will talk about that more later in the video. Where you going, Echo? And then in March, I got a job at a thrift store, and I'm still working there now. I really love it. It's a good environment, good people. Had lots of adventures there. And in April, we had My Hero Academia Season 3. Benny and the Ink Machine Chapter 4 came out. We had Infinity War, those all were like super big events that were all happening at once. I think it was about the same time there I replayed all of the Benny and the Ink Machine chapters after it had been updated. And then May, Troll Hunter Season 3 came out, which was crazy and everything like that, and that's when I started doing official reactions for that here. June didn't yield too much. We went on a couple of trips out, and Incredibles 2 came out, which is awesome because that was a part of my childhood. Then in July, Maggie was born.
Say hi, Maggie.
You know, my little baby sister Maggie, who has continued to be a joy and pride to all of us here in our family. She's so cute. She likes hopping up and down, and bouncing, and smiling at everything. She's just adorable. And that was also the time I got into a bike accident and had to start wearing a sprint on my arm because I had messed up my wrist pretty badly. I put my channel on hiatus in July as well because I was feeling burnt out and everything like that. And then August was when I went to Canada, Banff, Canada.
Wow, this place is gorgeous.
Enjoyed a bunch of sights up there, got to hear elk, and it was both good and bad. It was like miserable weather, but really nice like landscapes and stuff like that. It was a really good time and sort of helped me relax. And then September, got to go see My Hero Academia 2 Heroes in theater, which was darn awesome. It's still annoying that we have to wait until like February or March to see that on DVD because I really want to watch that again. And Hellbent came out as well, the third Mystery Skulls thing.
I'm sorry, what?
Which was super exciting and very fun to react to. I think that reaction video has actually gotten more attention than any of my other reaction videos, which is crazy. Thank you all for that, by the way. And then I think October was probably the most jam-packed month of this entire year. It was the year I finished my first, or it was the month I finished my first original video, Blank.
Pretending like you don't remember what he did to me, to Alice, to Boris.
It was my first time like voice acting and, trying to make something that wasn't animation, but, still had that feel of like a show or something like that. Benny and the Ink Machine Chapter 5 came out, that all finished up. I got to go to see an Owl City concert.
Told me I could be a star. I wanna play for the first time. I couldn't wait to start.
Which, that was just an unforgettable experience, and I really wish I could go over and do that again because that was so much fun. And then November was just hard. November was rough, it was terrible. And I wasn't having a good time. Actually, pretty much from July until now, I'd been going through like really bad depression and stuff from the pressure of me putting on myself that I need to get better quickly so I can make videos again, so I can make you guys happy. And I know a lot of you were like, no, don't worry about videos, just get better and stuff. But I kind of like put that on one half of my brain. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna work for focus, I'm just gonna focus on myself for a bit. But then my other side of my brain was like, but you have to do it quickly so you can get back to making videos. And unfortunately, that mindset of not letting go entirely caused me to go through a loop several times. So I kept getting better, and then I would start to want to do videos again, and then when I actually started doing them or whatever, then I'd plunge right back and I would get super depressed all over again. And this was happening not even just with videos, it was happening in my daily life. You know, if I forgot to do a chore or something, I would like start berating myself, you know, like, oh, I hate you, you're not doing anything right, blah, 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 blah. And that was no help at all. That just made things worse. So I kept going through that cycle until about end of October, November, when there were like, I was overwhelmed. There was like 4 videos that I really wanted to do, but I just wasn't able to do them, and I realized that. And I think that was about maybe the 5th or 6th loop in of me just, you know, wanting to get better, not working and everything like that. And I finally just was like, my body had had enough. I was like, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm not doing that anymore. We're just going to completely give up on my channel. It's been how many months now and I still haven't done anything? Whatever. I'm just going to get better. I don't care anymore if I never make videos again, that type of thing. And it worked. My stress levels went down, and it felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. You know, it was my own doing. It wasn't my own volition that I, you know, got so stressed out and I wasn't able to heal properly. But when I finally just like, I was like, okay, I just give up. Just letting go of all these problems. I'm not going to try to do anything anymore. I have no expectations of myself. Then I started to recover. So November was about recovery and getting better. My digestive health got a lot better that month as well. I managed to get on a high fiber diet because I've always had problems with my digestive system and going regularly, and that's always affected my energy levels. But I didn't realize that until, you know, I actually started doing research and stuff, and I was like, oh, you know what? That would make a lot of sense. And this is the most energy I've had in who knows how long, since I was a kid. So that was really awesome, really good. I started to cheer myself on for the little things that I did. Getting out of bed, I was like, yeah, you got out of bed. Or if I kind of cleaned up my room, which was something I had problems with this year, you know, if I took a couple things off the floor or whatever, yeah, good job you. And I started talking more positively to myself, even if I still wanted to be negative. I was just like, okay, negative hasn't been working. I've been doing several months of negativity to myself, and that's done nothing for me. So I was like, okay, I'll try positivity. Even if, you know, I didn't really believe the words I was saying or whatever, it still helped. And by the end of November, I was feeling a lot better. And work actually helped with that as well, because it's such a nice atmosphere there. The people that I work with are really nice and stuff. I got to kind of talk with them about, you know, feeling overwhelmed and stuff. And I don't know, it was just very therapeutic. It was nice to be around other people and laugh and stuff. I think that was one thing I was really lacking. I wasn't laughing with anyone other than myself when I was like, you know, watching cartoons or whatever, but laughing with other people and, you know, talking to other people and just hearing them talk about their silly days and life and whatever really helped. And I'm still recovering, but I'm doing a lot better now. I've actually put out some videos. As you guys saw in December, I released the Squeaks Blanc birthday video, which a lot of you liked, and I'm thankful for that, because I don't know how, but I managed to do that in a day and a half, which is kind of mind-blowing. But I stayed up till like 6 a.m. On the day it was supposed to be released to get that done. And then we also had in December Wreck-It Ralph 2, which was a fantastic movie. Loved the graphics in that. And Spiderverse. Holy cripes, guys. Okay, so if you have not seen Spiderverse yet and you want to, or you aren't even thinking about it, please, I implore you, go watch it. I don't care if you're, you know, if you're not a fan of animation or whatever, doesn't matter. story is excellent, the character development is excellent, the representation is excellent. It's just a really good superhero story. And, you know, it's very fresh. There isn't a lot of, you know, it's not just a rehashing of the old Spider-Man movies and stuff. It's completely different. There's, like, no part of this that feels like one of those older Spider-Man movies, at least in my opinion. The movie even pokes fun at some old moments in the old movies and has a lot of references and stuff to, like, the old comics and such. And even if you, like I said, even if you're not a comic book lover or anything like that, if you like superheroes, you'll like this movie. I promise you that. But let me put it this way. I have a thing where if I have high expectations for movies, I hate them when I come out of the theater. Absolutely hate them. And I feel disappointed and stuff, which I hate doing. So I always try to have low expectations. But the hype over this movie was so crazy from multiple different people, you know, like Butch Hartman and then all these different, you know, art directors and stuff like that, that I was just like super hyped. I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see it. And then when I finally went to see it, I was terrified that I wasn't going to like it. Guys, let me tell you this. It is the only movie I have had sky-high expectations for and still come out of the movie impressed and not at all let down. Only movie. So it's doing something right. And I've already gone to see it like in theaters 3 times. If theaters weren't expensive as they are, I would have been going every day or every other day just because I cannot with this movie. And I want to do like a full review or whatever, hopefully sometime this month, but it was just, it was the best movie I've ever laid my eyes upon. And I absolutely love it. Every single inch and bit of it was spectacular. And I really hope, if you haven't seen the movie or whatever, please go see it in theaters if you can. It's amazing on the big screen. And I know if I had not gone to see it on the big screen and then I just watched it at home, it's just, I would have just been like, man, I should have seen this in theaters. So go see it if you have not already, please. You'll have fun. At the very least, if you don't even like the story or anything, which is going to be very hard, but even if you don't like the story, you will be laughing. It is very, very, very good. But finishing up what happened in December, you know, we had the Squeaks One video, we had Spiderverse, Wreck-It Ralph 2, 3 Below came out, which you guys are going to be seeing hopefully sometime this year come up on my channel. So far I can say that it's not as good as Drollander's. The writing's definitely different and it feels a little bit more rushed, but it's also because they don't have 3 seasons to, you know, sort of flesh everything out in the way that they want to. And, you know, it's getting better as it goes on, so hopefully by the time it ends it'll just be, there'll be some parts that I can be like, yeah, this was actually a really decent, awesome show. But there was that, and then of course we had Christmas, and then of course New Year's. So that was 2018 in a nutshell. So for 2019, what does that mean for this channel? What does this mean for me? What it basically means is I do want to get back to reactions. I do want to finish off My Hero Academia Season 3 and Season 4 when it comes out. I do want to upload the rest of Troll Hunters, and then eventually 3 Below, and then Wizards when it comes out later this year. And you know, I'm not sure about RWBY yet. I wanted sort of to continue it earlier in the year. About a month or 2 ago, I saw some of the clips of Volume 5 or 6. And I was like, oh, this actually looks interesting now. Because what happened with RWBY is, I went into it and it didn't really excite me. So I was like, okay, and I backed out of it. But then when everyone was asking me to, you know, react to it again, I was like, okay, maybe I didn't give this show enough credit. People seem to really like it. I'll try it again. Tried it again, and even though, you know, I like the characters and stuff, it still was just like, okay, this is okay. And I don't know, I just never got into it still. And then after when Season 3, after Volume 3 and everything that happened there, essentially everything that I had come to like about the show had just gotten ripped away from me, and I was like, okay, there's really no reason for me to continue. I don't care anymore. There's nothing for me to really care about, other than, you know, yes, there were the characters and stuff, but I don't know, it just didn't interest me. Volume 6 or Volume 5, whichever the newest one is, there were things in there that I was just like, ooh, now it actually looks like it's trying to form some kind of cohesive story. It's not just ambling along, which is what a lot of people I read Volumes 4 and 5 were doing. I don't know, I've tried watching RWBY, I've tried even watching some of Volume 4, and it's okay. What I would ideally want to do is just skip Volumes 4 and 5 and then go straight to 6. But of course I can't do that, and if I do skip ahead, then people are going to be like, well, you should have reacted to these ones. So I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with that series. I don't really want to continue it. There's like no real urge for me to. There's other things I'd rather spend my time on. But I haven't declared it dead yet, and I don't know if that's worse than, I don't know if leading you guys on is worse than just killing it completely, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, so that's that about RWBY. My Hero Academia, that stuff's all gonna be normal. I still love that series to absolute death, and I just rewatched it lately with a friend of mine. We rewatched all of it, minus the movie, and I've started recording some more reactions to it again. So hopefully during this year I'll be able to get all those out for you guys, as well as re-upload my old reactions. I've seen in the comments more than enough times all of you saying like, well, can you unblock your other reactions and stuff? And I wasn't sure how to do it this year and such, but I'm gonna be working on that within these coming months. If you guys have any of my old blocked reactions, let me know, because I don't have the files to a lot of the videos anymore, and I have to go searching on my hard drive to see if I can even find the actual completed videos. But if so, then that might make it easier, and I can, you know, work on kind of re-editing them. The episodes will be different when they do get re-uploaded, but hopefully they'll still be enjoyable for you guys. I know that the one especially that I want to work on first is the Season 3 Arc 1 finale, the one with All Might and All for One. I do want to get that re-uploaded because I put a lot of time and effort into that one. Also because it's like the best episode of the season, so yeah, there's that too. But other things I want to do this year, I want to see if I can find an editor, or at least make enough money to get an editor. See, the problem I couldn't do it this year is because at my job, you know, I can barely cover rent, and anything else needs to be put into like my funds for my dentist's work and stuff like that. So I haven't been able to hire an editor because usually the editors that I've seen, you know, they're usually like $65 an hour or something like that, and I don't have that kind of money. So I don't know, if you guys have any ideas, any editors that you know of that might be able to help or anything like that, that might be more on the affordable side, then let me know down below, or anything you guys could think of that might help with that, because editing was the biggest problem for me this year. Just took way too long to get everything done. Couldn't focus on, you know, fleshing out other video ideas and stuff, and I couldn't focus on my own health as well. So until I get that figured out, there probably won't be a consistent schedule. Just last year's schedule just took a toll on me too bad, and I don't want to do that again. So I'll just be putting out videos when I can, and hopefully we'll have some form of a schedule. But yeah, until I can find someone to help me out with, you know, getting through those extra videos or whatever, then I can't do much about it. And besides the reaction videos and stuff, I want to do more like, you know, voice acting videos, like the Blank project I did. I had so much fun with that, and I don't know, since I can't animate, I feel like making voice acting type videos is the closest thing I can get to it. So I do want to try to do more of those, maybe with another Bendy and the Egg Machine story, maybe something original. That's just something I want to do in my side time though, as well as maybe a review video or two. I know I definitely want to get the Spiderverse one done, where you guys I can kind of express my thoughts more on that movie and what makes it so good. And then I know I haven't been keeping up to date with my Patreon, and my patrons there. I haven't been doing as much with that as I can. So I'm going to be working on that as well, you know, changing, updating the tiers, making sure that I post there more frequently and stuff, and make it more interactive for people that make them want to visit it, because I know choosing to financially support someone can be a tough decision for people at times, especially, like if they don't have enough money or anything like that. So I do want to make sure for anyone who does want to support me there, that they have a plethora of extra things that they can go through as well. And I don't know, I'm just not the best at it, so I do apologize, but I will be trying harder this year to sort of make that whole process better. But I did want to say to my patrons, and even just people here on YouTube, despite my lack of content, despite my updates, just thank you so much for sticking with me, for commenting and liking and, giving your supporting words. I really appreciate it, and I'm sorry I haven't been the best this past year with all my videos and stuff. I do hope to make it up to you this year with better videos and, back to at least to somewhat of a normal schedule. I'm not going to promise anything. I'm learning that sometimes when I say I'm going to do things, I never do them. It's worse than if I don't say anything at all. So I'm not going to promise anything, but I'm going to try to do my best to, revive this channel and make sure you guys get some good content, while at the same time focusing on myself and taking care of myself and my family and friends as well. So yes, but just thank you guys so much, because I wouldn't be here without you. I still have, like, what is it, 16K subscribers? Like, you guys could have all left, but you guys still are around here and hanging out, and I just appreciate everything that you guys do. You guys are some of the best people ever, and I'm proud of y'all. But I think that's it for updates in terms of 2019. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna go into this year with a plus ultra attitude, go into the year, smashing like All Might would. But I'm pretty sure this year is gonna be a learning year for me. This is gonna be a year where I find what, really sparks my interest in terms of doing things or whatever. And it'll also be a year where I more develop and grow and learn more about myself and such. It's gonna be like Miles in the Spiderverse. I have a feeling that's gonna be my year. It's gonna be my start line, my origin story, and this is where everything's gonna start. At least that's my hope. So we'll see what happens. I'm nervous and excited for what the year has to bring. And yeah, I hope you guys will stay with me to sort of experience it and see where it takes us. Yeah, that's it for updates for this and last year. So again, thank you guys so much for being with me in 2018, and let's do awesome in 2019. Let me know your guys' goals and dreams in the comments down below. Let me know what you're planning this year, if you have any good ideas, any big plans. That's it for today, guys. So thanks so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!